Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Cathy Rain 2 Soothsayer. A new Cathy Rain game is coming. Confession time, I still haven't played the first Cathy Rain game. It's on my list, I just haven't got around to it yet. I've been dying to play it for a really long time, but I just haven't had the chance. So I'm hoping that there's not going to be any major spoilers in this demo. Fingers crossed. But, you know, I wanted to show it off anyway because it looks really cool. So if there are, so be it, I suppose. Let's go, new game, let's check it out. Really excited for this. It looks brilliant.
1998 is turning into the year of the Soothsayer. 5 victims and counting. The city is in an uproar. Victim number 5 was none other than Deborah Sinclair, celebrity author and poster child for the city of Cassidy. The publicity was so bad that the mayor announced a 6-figure reward.
Whoa.
I'm broke and about to be evicted, so either I snatch up that money or Rain Investigations is toast. It's that simple. The stakes are high, so I better get to it.
Alright, I guess we're getting to it. Investigation time. I was going to say, what's that little coin? Alright, hopefully there's enough on Deborah to get me started in these newspaper articles. Whoa, notebook, stun gun, Zippo lighter, lockpicks, business cards, and newspaper articles. Wow, okay, we've got a lot of things. So does the inventory stay there the whole time? Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, we can click that. That's cool. So you can make it so the inventory's not there, or if you want it open the whole time, you can do that. That's nice. I like that mechanic. I think we'll leave it open because I often get distracted and forget what I've got. So having it down here is going to be nice. Love the cat animation. Mildred. Let's go and look at Mildred. Who's my perfect little killer? Oh no, I skipped the dialogue line there. Okay, so it auto advances, but you can click as well. So yeah, I was going to say the little coin thing. I was wondering what that was, but I guess it's like a, I don't know, like a cursor kind of deal. Obviously, I don't need to mention how good the pixel art looks. It's brilliant. It's a cat tree. Mildred's abode. We've got a lot of unpaid bills. What bills? Never saw those. Nope, no sorry. Just ignore them, they'll go away, won't they? Terrible idea, don't do that if you've got unpaid bills, by the way. Thanks for the headache, you Mexican jerk. Yeah, bottle of tequila. Newspaper rack. Anything useful in there? Daily papers from the last couple of weeks. They have accidentally made their way here from the recycling bin outside. Nice. So we can go out to Cassidy. There's a picture of Cassidy, the city we're in, unfortunately. A lot of books on the shelf, various reference books and technical manuals. One thing I do like is the sort of setting, all the things you can interact with that are building the world. I think that's very cool. Phone book, the phone answering machine. Anything on the answering machine? When there's new messages, it blinks. It's high tech like that. I wonder if that's actually animated to do that. That'd be pretty cool. Pinned article. An article in the Chicago Tribune about the Whitmore affair, my big breakthrough case last year. Been meaning to get it framed. I've been too busy with important things, you know, like drinking alone. So I wonder if that's from the first game. Could well be. I'm hoping that I'm not going to accidentally come across something that spoils the first game. I am planning to do a let's play of that at some point on the channel, so it'd be nice if we don't spoil it for ourselves before doing that, but we'll see. I should grab this in case I need to snap some shots. Okay, cool. We've got a camera now as well. Does that also go into there? It does. Nice. Radio? No, I'll leave it off. I miss Gem Talk anyway. I'll catch the rerun tonight. There's a living area. Oh, we can actually go in there. Nice. Okay. Ah, cool. Alright. More things. Helmets. Extra helmets. Eileen used to wear one of them when back when things were different. Bike tools. Lots of bike tools. Useful things for when the Catmobile needs a tune-up. Ah, coffee maker. Essentials. Don't make me ho, I'm way too hungover for coffee. You can never be too anything for coffee, let's be honest. Okay, no makeup. What's the photo about? Eileen and me before Rain Investigations started to go downhill. Okay. Cat clock. I love those cat clocks. I remember a neighbour of mine had one of those growing up and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. No time to do the stupid dishes. I've got a case to solve. Okay. Anything in the fridge? Got some postcards. Well, there's a lot to look at. It's really cool. Postcard left by Jimmy Cochran, that strange old geezer I met at a mental institution a few years ago. He was discharged a year after we met, and for whatever reason, he seems to think I had something to do with it. I better not open that. Wouldn't want the mold to spread. Oh no. Yeah, there's a lot of little details, like photos and things. No fun to play that. My walk-in closet, it's a real mess in there. I better not open the door or I'd risk spilling all sorts of shit out here. Yeah, there's a beer here, the bed, some cool posters. Anything in the handbag? No, storage on the bike. Okay, lava lamp. Okay, cool. Anything in the oven? No, barely use the oven apparently. Alright, cool. Well, let's... she said about the articles, didn't she? So, do we need to have a look at this? Oh, cool. Nice. Soothsayer targets best-selling author. Cassidy's serial killer hits high-profile victim. At age 49, the one and only Deborah Sinclair was tragically taken from us. She was stabbed to death on May the 8th in her iconic cabin. The chilling signature mirror left on the scene made it clear that she had become yet another Soothsayer victim. We've got a science fair winner, pest control, dock workers are on strike. Does this mean we can go down? Oh, you can click and drag. That's cool. Okay. We're told by sources in the Cassidy Police Department that there was no sign of a break-in, and no items of value were stolen. The cause of death came as no surprise, acute blood loss caused by sharp force trauma. The circumstances surrounding this crime are strikingly similar to the original casualty of the Soothsayer, Rose Taylor, also a middle-aged woman stabbed to death in her home. Sinclair's murder investigation was initially spearheaded by the park rangers, but they have since relinquished control to the KPD. This murder makes 5 victims in 3 months, and the lack of results on the case is starting to anger the citizens of Cassidy. Mayor Adams gave the following statement on May the 11th. I'll be the first to admit that I hope to see swifter progress concerning these killings. We plan to evaluate more radical measures in the coming weeks. When asked whether or not the FBI will finally be consulted, Adams replied, federal involvement is certainly not off the table. The chief of police had no comment. Oh, cool. So a mine's been closed. We can get some plumbing repair and replacement if we need that. I like that you can do this, and I like that there were the 2 little fingers pointing down to say that that was a thing, because a lot of people might just open that and go, okay, cool, we'll close that, but those little things made it clear that we could go down the page, which is fantastic attention to detail for the player, so like it. Okay, Soothsayer viciously murders Deborah Sinclair. The famous writer's life has met an abrupt end. We are devastated. Okay, Sinclair with her signature Yo-Ponte. Okay, so there's a second page to this. We are devastated to report that the 5th victim of the Soothsayer was none other than acclaimed author Deborah Sinclair, longtime friend of the Gazette and one of the most recognised faces of Cassidy. The murder occurred in Sinclair's famous writer's retreat near the border of the national park, which has caused some dispute about jurisdiction. If it can be determined that the crime took place on park grounds, the National Park Service has federal authority. The MPS was first on the site and is currently in control of the crime scene, which remains in a state of limbo. At this time, it's unclear when and how Sinclair died, but the body has been transported to a city morgue awaiting clearance for a pathological examination. As the NPC lacks the necessary training and resources to conduct murder investigations, they will eventually be forced to collaborate with either the Cassidy Police Department or the FBI. However, going federal with the case is not that likely. Contrary to popular belief, the FBI does not routinely take up serial killings unless the killer has crossed state borders, and so far the Soothsayer has not been active outside the city and surrounding areas. Therefore, we should expect that the crime scene will be handed over to the Soothsayer Task Force, just like the previous killings. Chief Ranger Samuel Walker had the following comment. We are still establishing all of the facts surrounding this crime. Please be patient while we determine the correct protocol. We all want to do right by Deborah. Okay. Deborah Sinclair led a prolific life, with more than 30 novels published during her lifetime. Loyal readers of Sinclair may recognise that the previous victim, Jane Doe, was slain on the anniversary of Storm Chaser. A simple coincidence, or are these murders more deeply connected to Sinclair than they may seem? In any case, we mourn the loss of a cultural icon, and we pray that her death will be the last at the hands of the vile Soothsayer. Interesting. So it could be linked to her writings. Alright, I think that's everything I've got on Deborah in here. When I'm ready to leave, I should go check out her cabin. Oh, nice. Investigate Deborah's cabin. I like that it doesn't just appear in there and it sort of writes in. That's quite cool. The Soothsayer. Cassidy's first and only serial killer, the only thing standing between me and a massive payday. And Deborah Sinclair, celebrity author and one of the most famous Cassidy residents. She was recently stabbed to death by the Soothsayer. No telephone numbers or anything. Obviously, I saw this was set in 1998, so mobile phone's probably not going to be a thing for the most part. And then we've got investigate Deborah's cabin, which is our new goal. Alright, let's go and do that. Why not? I'm enjoying it so far though. Love the detective vibes. Love the whole sort of feel of the game. Yeah, it is exactly what I was hoping it was going to be. If you've been around the channel for a while, you'll know that you know, obviously adventure games are my things. Detective games are my things, but a detective adventure game, that's like my perfect adventure game right there. So
We all know there's no such thing as invincibility. But when I'm on the road with the wind in my hair, I feel pretty fucking close.
Nice. Oh, this is like a travel thing. So we can actually like... Oh, this is really cool. And it looks fantastic, I've got to say. I like that we can like choose where to go with all this going on rather than it just being like a map and you click on it. Not that there's anything wrong with a map and clicking on it, but having it as like a dynamic screen like of animation is great.
Late to the party, it seems. I'll have to play it by ear.
Yeah. Find a way inside cabin. Okay, well, obviously we've got this man reading here, so maybe chat to him. There's a shrine to her. I don't know if this guy's like a fan, maybe. Let's have a chat to him. A chat with him, I should say. Hey there, buddy. Welcome, visitor. You may place your tribute to our lost legend, Deborah Sinclair, on that rock to your right. Oh, great. I'll get on with that in a minute. Who are you? Name's Randy Malkins, president of the one and only SSS. SSS? Sinclair's Saga Squad, of course. From where do you hail, fair lady? Oh, I live over in the city, Cassidy. Ha! I mean, which fan club do you belong to? Oh, Oh, okay, wow, okay. Debbie's Literary Gang Club, the Sinclair Chronicle Society, Deb's Dynamic Devotees, Sinclair Aficionado Supreme, Dazzling Debbie's Chapter Chasers. Oh my god. I don't think any of these are real. So, I mean... The Sinclair Chronicle Society, of course. It's going to be like, what's that? Never heard of it. Must be local? Yes, quite local. I'm Kathy, by the way. Kathy Rain. Oh, that's a lovely name. Sounds like a character in a book. Well, I certainly have days when I wish I was made up. Whoa, that's deep. Hey, do you mind if I ask you a few things? Always happy to talk to a fellow fan. Okay, let's ask about Deborah. You can ask about objects in the environment with this button. Ah, cool. Okay, so that sort of like flicks us out the way so you can ask about different things. Let's ask about Deborah. So let's talk about Deborah. My favourite topic, don't mind if we do. Do you know what happened? Do you know if she was writing a new book? If you ever met Deborah in person, what's your favourite book? Oh man, that depends on my mood, but I generally have a weak spot for her early experimental work, like Evermore and The Guidance. Okay, fine. Have you ever met Deborah in person? Oh, for sure, a bunch of times. Only briefly, though, for fan gatherings, book signings, and things like that. Okay. Do you know if Deborah was writing a new book when she died? Oh yes, years in the making and shrouded in mystery. Now we'll never get to read it. Do you know what it was about? I wish, but no. Deb was tight-lipped on that one. All she stated publicly is that it wasn't a sequel. Okay. It's kind of weird that we can re-ask these things. I don't like it doesn't... What I mean is, it doesn't really seem to indicate which ones of these you've asked. Like, it doesn't change colour or go maybe a bit darker or disappear from the list. So you could potentially click the same dialogue lines over and over again. I don't know if that's necessary. Maybe it is. So her death, do you know what happened? Well, I follow the news like everybody else. Didn't think much of the killings. These things happen, but never in a million years would I think poor Deb would become a victim. So do you know the sequence of events exactly? Supposedly, some maniac came out here and stabbed her right in this cabin. No sign of a forced entry, so either the door was open or she let him in. Any idea of who would want to do that to her? Did she have any enemies? No. Everybody loved Debbie. Whoever did this is a twisted, sick person. We still have to consider the possibility that it was, you know, one of us. A fan? No way, I refuse to believe that. Well, how about the fact that one of the victims was killed on the anniversary of Storm Chaser? Yeah, that's an odd one. Not sure what to think, but in the end, only the killer knows why he chose that date. Would anyone benefit from her death then? Some relative who would get the book royalties, maybe? She had no close relatives, so I'm not sure who would be next in line. I'd be surprised if she had no written will, though. I bet most of that money will go to charity, benefiting Native Americans. Okay, cool. It doesn't look like we can ask anything else about that. See, this disappears when you've asked it all, though. This goes grey instead of blue, or like a lighter shade of blue. So that indicates that you've done that, which would be quite cool to have on the dialogue options, I think. Even if you can re-ask them, just to indicate which ones you've clicked already. Okay, the Soothsayer. What do you know about the Soothsayer? Only that he took a legendary author away from us. Oh, okay, that's literally it. Alright, let's see how this mechanic works then. So, let's ask about the shrine. It's a nice little shrine you've set up there, isn't it? People have come from all over the country to send Deborah off. So, how long have you been sitting here? Let me think, 10 days-ish? Wow. Well, that's some dedication, buddy. Hey, thanks. Why has he been there that long? And again, maybe like the same sort of thing here, when you've asked about, you know, something in the environment, maybe this could change colour so that you remember you've done that. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hotspots here. Excuse me. So, having 9 hotspots might be difficult to remember which of them you've asked about. So to avoid, you know, re-asking the same things, maybe they could change colour, I guess. Don't know. Just something to think about. Anyway, we have gone over time, and I want you guys to go and play the rest of this for yourself. I'm going to play the rest of it off camera. I'm really liking it so far. It's the perfect vibe for me. I need to play the first game. This has made me even more determined to do that, so maybe we'll do a let's play of that very soon so that we can experience the first game and then the second game when it comes out. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne Nate, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Hobo, Numinous, Kumadim, Paulio and Flossie the Sheep, JohnCon555, Chrissy, Paul James, and Zolties, and I'll see you next time.